Okay, you can begin.
Mr. Basu, distinguished classmates, good afternoon. We are a group of 3 people, Larissa Cordner, Marcelin Scotland, and me, Stacey Rose, who are passionate about the dynamics of collaboration and group relationships in the workplace. And we are honored to be here with you today. It has never been more important to be able to work effectively in teams and groups in our ever-changing professional environment. Success depends
Stacey, you're muted. Turn on your mic.
don't know how that happened.
It happens sometimes, don't worry. So just pick up where you're left from.
Success depends on the ability to create synergy, which occurs when the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. This is true whether you operate in a corporate environment, a healthcare facility, a government agency, or any other type of organization. Our presentation tries to clarify the nuances of this crucial element of workplace dynamics. We'll discuss the particulars of working in various kinds of teams, offer tips to creating a supportive team environment, and offer help, advice, and examples from real-world situations that we hope will speak to each of you individually. We invite you to actively participate in our presentation by asking questions and sharing your own experiences with us. By working as a team, we may maximize the benefits of group dynamics and effective cooperation, resulting in workplaces that are more creative, innovative, and therefore, without further ado, let's explore the realm of working in teams and groups. At the end of this presentation, you will be able to understand the differences between teams and groups, explain the stages of team development, discuss team dynamics and roles, identify characteristics of effective teams. Can anybody tell me what they understand by the term team? Jason, what do you understand by the term teams?
I don't understand why you pick on me, but I'll try. Well, given the fact that you all have to show a difference between teams and groups, I'm hoping that my definition of team is does not go over into what a group is, because I believe a team is a group of people with the same interests, trying to achieve the same goal. All right. I don't know how much different is that from a group, but that's me understanding what a team is. All right. I don't know, but I'm awaiting an explanation.
Okay, we'll see that now. Teams are a collection of people who come together to work cooperatively on a single project. Teams come in many different forms, each with unique qualities and objectives. For the purpose of clarity, the following definitions of teams includes instances of each. Functional teams. Within an organization, functional teams are made up of individuals with complementary roles, expertise, and abilities. They are set up according to distinct departments or functions such as marketing, accounting, or operations. The nursing staff in a hospital is divided into functional teams according to their task and area of specialization, such as intensive care nurses, pediatricians, pediatric nurses, and surgical nurses. Every team concentrates on offering expert care within its assigned departments. Cross-functional teams. Members of cross-functional teams come from various organizational departments or functions. These teams are assembled to handle complicated tasks or problems that call for knowledge from various fields. A cross-functional team is established at an auto manufacturing company to create a new vehicle model in order to guarantee that the new model satisfies technical specifications, market expectations, and manufacturing capabilities. This team collaborates with engineers, designers, marketers, and production professionals. Another type of cross-functional team. During Carnival, the Ministry of National Security forms a task force for Carnival, for the safety of Carnival. That's another form of cross-functional teams. Self-directed teams. Self-directed teams, often referred to as self-managed teams, possess a high level of autonomy and are in charge of making decisions on their duties and goals. Team members assume leadership positions and the group as a whole oversees the work. A self-directed development team at a software development company is in charge of creating and delivering a particular software module. The software's quality and functioning are ensured while the team members choose the development strategy, establish their own deadlines, and divide up the jobs. These explanations and illustrations highlight the various team kinds that exist inside businesses. Cross-functional teams draw on experience of many departments, while self-directed teams work with a high degree of autonomy and share decision-making. Functional teams are focused on particular functions or roles. The precise objectives and difficulties a project or organization faces determine the type of teams that should be formed. Groups and teams are often used interchangeably, but they are not exactly the same. Teams are distinct from groups in terms of their shared identity, common goals or tasks, task interdependence, and distinctive roles of team members. While both groups and teams involve mutual interaction and reciprocal influence, the sense of unity and collaboration is stronger in teams. Can someone tell me what they understand by the term groups? Anybody? Brandon? What do you understand by the term groups?
Hi, Stacey. Well, based on what you said so far with regards to teams sound like if it's more a more professional body, and so I'll assume that a group is a more relaxed, not as serious. So I'll say then that a group is a number of people probably coming together because they have the same interests or common goal. Yes, that will sum it up.
Okay, thank you. Let's see if you're right. Groups are collections who engage with one another, gather together for a variety of reasons, and share a feeling of identity or belonging. They can emerge in a variety of settings, including communities, workplaces, educational settings, and social gatherings. There are two types of groups: informal, like a group of friends, and formal, like a project team at work. The essential aspects of groups are purpose, structure, and time. Purpose. There are a wide variety of reasons why people come together in groups, ranging from friendship support groups to highly specialized task groups to organizations like a staff that provides a service or a product throughout the course of time. The dictum that functions should come before form is applicable to organizations as well. It is important for the purpose of a group to lead the development of the necessary structures and processes in order to assist the individuals in the group in achieving their individual goals. Structure refers to the relationship between group members, with some groups being highly structured with hierarchical roles, while others are undefined and evolved. Leadership roles in groups can range from leaderless to highly structured, with a formal leader like the president, chairperson, or director. In informal settings, participants share roles and leadership emerges or is present. In formal structured settings, the positional leader may be accountable but may use diverse styles from autocratic to relational leadership. Even in hierarchical organizations, informal leaders can influence decision-making processes due to their seniority, past stature, or personalities. In campus student organizations, seniors who have been in the group for 3 or 4 years may exhibit this type of influence without holding a formal position. Time. Groups can exist over varying lengths, either time limited, meeting once to discuss a specific issue, or completing a task in 3 meetings, or ongoing, like staff members at work, family, or fraternity. Time-limited groups, often called task forces, are ad hoc committees must quickly establish rapport and common purposes, while ongoing groups like committees, boards, or councils may deal with member motivation over time, establish processes to welcome and bring new members, and keep the group focused on its purpose. Leadership must consider the purposes, structures, roles, and time commitment of groups to facilitate the most effective involvement of members and make the best decisions. The length of time also changes the dynamics of relationships, making it crucial for leaders to attend to the process of group development to facilitate the most effective involvement of the most members in making the best decisions. Groups are created for particular reasons, have an internal structure that establishes responsibilities and relationships, and remain a predetermined amount of time. In order to manage and participate in a variety of groups, whether they are focused on accomplishing short-term aims, serving long-term goals, or providing social and communal needs. It is helpful to understand these 3 dimensions. Let's examine the stages of group development. They are forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. Forming. Group members assemble and get to know one another during the formation stage. As they set out the group's mission and objectives, they do it with tact and caution. An example, picture a brand new project team at a software company. The initial team meetings begin with an introduction of the team members. They talk about project goals, responsibilities, and first plans. As people grow to know one another, there is a sense of anticipation, but there is also some initial reluctance. Storming. As members start to voice their ideas and compete for power inside the group, tensions and disagreements may occur. This is a time of adjustment and role clarification. Another example, the project advances. For instance, several team members may have divergent opinions regarding the project's course or how duties should be distributed. As they attempt to balance these points of view, there can be arguments and difficulties. Norming. The group begins to resolve disagreements, establish norms and expectations, and creates a sense of cohesion at this phase. Team members start to accept one another's strengths and weaknesses. The project team begins to find common ground after helpful discussions. Each member's specific duties and responsibilities are agreed upon. Wider communication and a stronger sense of unity is observed. Performing. The entire group is at its most productive during the performing stage. Members work well together and the group succeeds in its goals. The establishment of trust is effective task completion. Roles and norms help the project teams function more effectively. They collaborate well, make choices quickly, and provide products of the highest caliber. The project advances without incidents. Adjourning. As soon as the activity or undertaking has been finished, the group will move on to adjourning stage. As the group disbands, its members may reflect on their accomplishments and experience a range of feelings, including a sense of loss, along with a sense of having accomplished something worthwhile. Following the launch of a project without incident, the group gets together for one last meeting. They show gratitude for each other's contribution and may experience a feeling of pride in their accomplishments. But as they say farewell, they also feel some grief due to the fact that they will no longer be working together. A general or an example to bring it home, this group here, went through all these stages. We haven't reached the adjourning stage yet, and it will be emotional. It's crucial to keep in mind that these stages are not necessarily linear, and that groups may return to earlier stages if unexpected challenges or changes arise. Understanding these stages will enable teams to successfully navigate the dynamics of group development, resulting in more seamless collaboration and the accomplishment of their objectives.
Group dynamics.
Awesome.
Group dynamics is the study of a group's life. This includes the roles individuals play in the group, how they make decisions, and how they handle conflict. In group dynamics, there are different roles and functions. And let me just let you know what the different roles and functions are. We have the information seeker, the opinion seeker, the opinion giver, the summarizer, the classifier, gatekeeper, encourager, mediator, and follower. Now, everybody here would have been a part of a group. This is a group. Everybody here, we are in a group in work. I am now going to define the different roles. However, I would like you to listen very carefully, and I would like you to, at the end, identify for me which one of the roles you could actually feel close to. The information. The information seeker. There is always one person in this group who believes that they need to have all the facts before they proceed. So the person would say, we can't vote on how many tents we need because we do have all the information as yet. So here what? Sharon, you're going to brief us on the logistics at the next meeting. The opinion seeker, on the other hand, need more insight, ideas, and opinions before they can make a decision. So Roger, what do you think? You have a lot of information on this topic and a lot of experience. Tell me, what do you think? They always want somebody else's opinion on something before they can make a decision. So Roger probably might be the opinion giver here. This person shares their views. They like people to know what they're thinking because they need the group to benefit from their idea. So they would come up with something like, I strongly think we must increase the budget for this project if we intend to serve more students. The summarizer, on the other hand, they like to condense everything into a nice little package for clarity. So they would say, before we go any further, is it accurate to say that while some of us think that we should spend much more money, we all agree that we should still do the project? We have the classifier. They like to elaborate on everything. They like everything to be explained, and they want to show how everything might work together if it is that you put it together. So, Jim, did you mean that we need more involvement, meaning quantity, or better involvement like quality? The gatekeeper. Now, they like to invite other people into the conversation. So we have Tanya, who would have been trying to get into the conversation for quite a while, and she's unable to get in because everybody else has a louder voice. So the gatekeeper will come and gatekeeper will say, Tanya has been trying to say something for quite a while. Let's hear from her. The encourager. They welcome all individuals with their diverse ideas, responding warmly to promote inclusion and empowerment of others. What Sharon just said about this issue was really enlightening. Sharon, thank you for the input. I realized that it took a lot from you to tell us about that, so thank you very much. There's a mediator, harmonizing conflict and seeking to strengthen opposing views and make sure everything comes out in a clear way. So the mediator would say something like, you two don't seem as far apart on this issue as it might seem. The both of you have the same idea, just that you bring it across in different points. And if it is that we sit down and we really focus on what we're saying, we could come to an agreement. Finally, we have the follower, an active listener who willingly supports the group's actions and decisions. This person would say, I haven't said much, but this has been a great discussion, and I feel informed. I am comfortable with whatever decision is made. So, class, which role do you see yourself playing in groups? Two people. Just tell me what. Just say it. I'm not calling anybody. Just tell me to. Just identify a role that you see yourself playing in a group.
Gatekeeper.
And who is this? Joel? Thank you very much. Next person, please. One more. Come on.
Don't be shy.
Myself,
Say again.
your answer here. I see myself being the opinion giver.
Okay, cool. Okay. It is great that we all can identify with who we are in our group. Either we are the information seeker, we are the opinion seeker, we are the opinion giver, the summarizer, the classifier, the gatekeeper, the encourager, the mediator, or the follower.
I see myself being summarizer.
The okay, cool. We are welcomed into, we were welcomed into a new group. So you attending this new group meeting. This is your first time you're attending the group meeting. You walk into the room and you begin observing group members for clues as to what is acceptable and what is expected. Now, this acceptable or expected is what we consider group norms. Something which is usual, typical, or standard operating procedure for the group. I'm going to give you two examples. Now, in the defense force, anyone entering the mess or their guest is expected to remove their headdress. If this rule is not adhered to, it is expected that the culprit buys a round of drink for everyone in the room at the time. However, it is acceptable that if the person does not have available cash, then a line of credit is extended. Is that true, defense force people?
That is very true.
Another example, again from the defense force. It is expected that all drinks are to be consumed in a glass when you're in the mess. The only thing that they might take exception to is water. However, if a glass is not readily available, it is acceptable that you drink from a bottle. Again, tell me if I'm wrong. Defense force people.
Well, that could vary on depending on the mess rules and
okay.
stipulations of the mess itself. That could vary.
No, somebody from fire service. I went and I was talking about the defense force. Somebody from fire service or police, one or the other. Tell me what is expected or what is acceptable in your organization, briefly, please.
Just removing a headdress.
Elaborate.
It's as simple as that.
Right, so you're going to the mess, remove your headdress. In the protective service, we are exposed to formal group settings, where during a meeting setting, we have strict order. Chairs are arranged in a particular setting to accommodate holistic interaction and to identify hierarchy. And there is expected to be an agenda which should be followed. Other norms may have evolved through the cultural practices of the group, other different groups. Some groups may start with a prayer, and then they would introduce the new group members or guests. They will congratulate group members on any form of accomplishments they would have achieved. Or if anybody's celebrating a birthday, they might speak about the birthday and applaud the person for their birthday. What we need to remember is each group has practices which may not apply to another group. Group norms contribute to the concept of group climate. And the climate is like the group's personality. Just as individuals have personalities, so do groups. Perhaps one group that you might be in might be open, flexible, supportive. They use humor often and views each person as important. Whereas another group is formal, guarded, distrusting, impersonal, and stuffy. So if you want your group to have a distinct personality, it is useful to consider what group norms you will lead so that you'll have a desired personality. As long as there is an assembling of persons with any form of interaction or sharing of ideas, some level of conflict will take place. Now, I'm not talking about the loud arguing and fighting. I'm also not speaking about negative aspect of it wholly. Conflict basically is a disagreement or differences of opinion. Unresolved conflict at any stage can create a group climate that is tense and hostile, but it can also be an effective method for improving the group's outcomes. Conflict can result from things such as clashes, differing expectations of roles, disagreement over ideas. A full airing of differences of opinions and ideas is essential for a group to make the best decisions. Such controversies need to be handled with civility and open dialogue in an open discussion type forum. True communities resolve conflict rather than avoid them. This is often the best way. When conflict is confronted, it is usually best to employ negotiation and mediation strategies instead of power strategies. The group often emerges as stronger from this discussion. And discussions made may be significantly better than they would have been without the dialogue. Unfortunately, in the process, a loser is created. The participants who would have lost and their potential allies feel marginalized angry, and even resentful. The group's harmony is jeopardized and participants are not empowered or included. Some of the advantages of conflict are you can increase motivation and energy within the group. It could clarify issues and positions. It can build internal cohesiveness. And it may be a means of dealing with internal conflict. Some of the negatives or the liabilities of conflict can be, it could weaken group dynamics. It can distract from the goals of the or the goal achievement that you're looking at. It can cause distortions of reality and efforts to resolve any problems. It tends to escalate the conflict and possibly create more issues, and efforts to resolve are often not reciprocated. I just holding a little for the noise. Right. When we finally resolve the conflict, we are expected to come to a decision, and this is where the formal leader or the authority figure comes into play to make that final decision. Indeed, on many occasions, the positional leader has to make a decision on behalf of the group. Now, sometimes the positional leader, they might go to a function and they meet up with other influential people, and the influential person might broach an idea to them, and they would expect that the influential leader would make a decision on behalf of the group. However, when this person is making a decision, there are certain things he needs to consider. Does the decision support the vision and mission of the group? Is it inclusive? Does it empower the group members? Is it ethical? And is it process-oriented? Now, there are 5 methods of decision-making. 1, decision by authority without discussion. Now, that's what I just spoke about. Making a decision without discussing with the group. We have the expert member decision. And so Stacy is a plumber. The group wants to put up pipes around the building. We would not go to Narissa, who is a seamstress, to ask her to make a decision. We will go to the expert on the topic to get information. We need to have 3, the average member's opinion. Everybody has an opinion in the group, but there's this one person who might be all unassuming, and that person needs to be able to voice their opinion also. We have decision by authority after discussion. So we sit in a group, we have an idea would have been broached to us. We sit in a group and we have a discussion about it. And this is where we come to number 5. We have majority control, where we vote on whatever the issue was. 4 guidelines for reaching consensus in a team are: 1, clearly define the issue facing the team. Focus on similarities between the positions, not the negatives, leave out the negatives. Focus on the similarities between the positions. Ensure that there is adequate time for the discussion. And let us avoid conflict, reducing tendencies. Consensus. Consensus brings the highest commitment among participants. Consensus requires that the group becomes comfortable with handling conflict and they be informed of the rising controversies that can lead to good decisions. It is good to note that groups are uncomfortable with controversy, and that those groups, in order to handle it, they may say just vote on whatever it is and let us move on. Consensus requires that groups be willing to use strategies like active listening, compromising, and working in a collaborative manner. Therefore, we encourage the viewpoint of others We listen for understanding, and we allow people to disagree with a point without a big argument. We need to be civil and we need to listen to each other's viewpoints. When teams fail to have reached consensus, it is often because they do not allow enough time for members to discuss perspectives and opinions to discover a common ground, or because conflict is mishandled or reaches a level that erodes trust among individuals. Mutual respect and trust among group members is a critical component to ensuring group growth. Thank you.
Henry Ford said, coming together is the beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success. This is indeed a fascinating topic that's crucial in both our professional and personal lives. Effective teamwork and group dynamics. This stuff can truly make or break a project, not to mention your overall experience working together. So let's explore the ins and outs of what makes teams click and how we can contribute to their success. The ability of a group to function cohesively can have substantial impact on its performance, production, and overall pleasure. Individuals who work effectively can better leverage their collective abilities and achieve common goals. We will now delve into some of these critical factors that influence the dynamics within a team or group, emphasizing the importance of communication, trust, roles and responsibilities, leadership, and diversity, among other key aspects, which contributes to harmonious and productive group interactions. Teams and groups can improve their overall performance and achieve their goals by addressing these elements. Can anyone say what are some factors of effective interactions with teams and groups and why teamwork matters? Inspector Reid?
I think strong leadership is a fundamental characteristic of any effective team. As a leader, you need to have the employees look to you to be guided, to be supported, motivated in order to achieve their goals.
Thank you. Let's look at this short clip now. Great. Teamwork matters. Think about it. When a group functions smoothly, magic happens, productivity soars, goals are achieved, and everyone enjoys the ride. Teamwork isn't just a buzzword, it's the secret sauce to success. I will now discuss with you some of the characteristics of effective teams. The first characteristic is clear purpose and goals. Teams and groups should have a well-defined and shared purpose or set of goals. This clarity helps members understand their objectives and stay focused on achieving them. They provide structure, improve efficiency, reduce ambiguity, and promote consistency. 2. Strong leadership. Strong leadership is a pivotal factor that significantly influences effective teams and group dynamics. Leadership within the group provides direction, vision, and guidance, helping to shape the group's objective and maintain its cohesiveness. Example, think of a sports team captain. They motivate the team, they provide guidance, and during the game, they make quick decisions to help the team succeed. 3. Role clarity. It ensures that members understand their individual responsibilities and how they contribute to the group's collective objectives. This clarity not only improves efficiency, but also fosters a more collaborative and harmonious working environment. It is a fundamental component of successful teamwork and group performance. This group project is a perfect example because persons were assigned specific tasks and they completed it in order for the project to run smoothly. Open and honest communication. This is a linchpin of effective team and group dynamics. It facilitates trust, problem solving, creativity, and a harmonious work environment. When members feel comfortable expressing themselves and believe their contributions are valued, the group as a whole can thrive and achieve its goals more effectively. It is the cornerstone for building a strong team. Trust and safety. It is fundamental and indispensable element in the effective team and group dynamics. It plays a central role in establishing a positive and productive group environment. Trust is confidence and belief that individuals in each other's reliability, integrity, and intentions. Collaboration and interdependence. Collaboration harnesses the collective power of diverse skills and perspectives, leading to better outcomes and decision making. Interdependence emphasizes the reliance on each other to achieve common goals, fostering a sense of shared responsibility and accountability. Together, these two factors create a strong and cohesive group that can work efficiently towards its objectives. Example, a music band where everybody plays a different instrument, however, they have to depend on each other to create beautiful music. That's when interdependence is at its best. Please excuse my background if you are hearing noise. That is rain that just came down and is just trying to drown me out. Moving on. Number 7, conflict resolution and conflict prevention skills. Conflicts are natural in group settings. However, the ability to address them constructively can lead to better relationships and outcomes. Use them as opportunities for learning and improvement. We must avoid personal attacks and focus on the issues at hand. Equally important is the skill of preventing conflicts through clear communication, understanding, and proactive measures, which contributes to a productive environment. We move on to diversity and inclusion, shared and norm values and norms. This encompasses the presence of individuals with varied backgrounds, perspectives, and experiences, and the commitment to creating an environment where all members are respected, valued, and empowered. I will say that again, where all members are respected, valued, and empowered. By embracing diversity and practicing inclusion, groups can harness the full potential of their members. This also helps shape the group's identity, purpose, and behavior, creating a cohesive and ethical framework for all interactions and activities. Shared norms and values provide a common understanding of what is expected and acceptable within the group and the organization's culture. Example, the police service is diverse with officers from various backgrounds. Embracing diversity and practicing inclusion ensures that all officers are respected and valued. Accountability. It refers to the responsibility and understandability of individual members for their actions, decisions, and contributions within the group. Accountability plays a central role in ensuring that the group functions cohesively and achieves its goals. This also ties in with time management, as setting clear deadlines, SMART goals, prioritizing tasks, and avoiding overloading team members can help prevent burnout and ensure maximum productivity. Number 10, constructive feedback and continuous improvement. This promotes personal and collective growth, innovation, efficiency, and quality. These elements also foster open communication, motivation, and performance enhancement, creating a dynamic and forward-thinking group that can help adapt to change and excel in achieving its goals while thriving in a continuously evolving environment. One of our favorites, recognition and reward systems. This is integral to motivating, reinforcing positive behavior, enhancing morale, and fostering a culture of appreciation. Tell me, who here does not like reward and recognition? Anybody? I guess not. Reward systems also incentivize high performance, attract and retain talent, and provide a competitive edge. When implemented thoughtfully, these elements create an environment where members feel valued, motivated, and driven to achieve the group's objective. Team building activities and exercises. This, my favorite, one of them, raises morale and reduces stress while improving trust, communication, problem-solving skills, and collaboration. These activities promote personal and professional development, increase cultural sensitivity, and help in the formation of positive group culture. In my research on this topic, I came across one that is hardly touched on and is most important. That is training and development. We must invest in training and development opportunities for team members to enhance their skills, knowledge, and abilities. It is critical for a good group and team relationship. This results in increased leadership and communication, as well as skill development and knowledge transfer. Training and development programs also improve motivation, engagement, productivity, and efficiency by cultivating a culture of continual learning and growth inside the organization. Having said that, let's look at this short video again, which shows a realistic depiction of what happens when working with teams and groups. From that depiction, we can clearly see that there are non-team players, which we call freeloaders, and we have team players. However, under good leadership and direction, we can all come together and work effectively and efficiently to achieve the desired outcome. In conclusion, I would like to say Chapter 7 delves into the principles and skills of interacting in teams and groups, which are critical for effective leadership in today's fast-paced world. Working in teams and groups has advantages and disadvantages, such as a greater creativity, variety, synergy, accountability, conflict, and complexity. It presents several theories and frameworks for comprehending group evolution, dynamic roles, norms, and decision-making. It also includes practical tactics and recommendations for improving team and group performance, such as establishing clear goals and expectations, communicating effectively, managing conflict constructively, providing and receiving feedback, and celebrating triumphs. It emphasizes the significance of being a responsible and ethical team or group member who contributes to the shared goal, respects, and values of others. And it also fosters a positive and collaborative environment. Thank you. That was our presentation on behalf of our group. Any questions?
Right, if there are no questions, I will pause the recording. Thank you very much, guys.